Oluwaseyi Adegoke Adeyemo, a public affairs analyst, is joining me to unpack the latest development on food prices as a result of the coup in Niger. Oluwaseyi, thank you so much for joining us here on the news. It is evident now that it is not only Nigerians that are feeling the impact of ECOWAS sanction on their country, but other members like Ghana as well. What do you see to that?
Yes, I mean, the truth of the matter is we're tied to ourselves. Whatever happens, in Nigeria, in Niger, in Ghana, in Republic of Benin, one way or the other, like we've had from the time of the Trans-Sahara trade, all of these things cut across. It's unfortunate that as a region or continent, we're not fully standing on our own. And so there's a lot of importation, a lot of moving, goods and services across the region. And unfortunately, the means of transportation is still predominantly by road. And right now that there is a blockage as well because of the sanctions that is being meted out on Niger because of the coup that just occurred there, it will naturally affect other countries that trades with them. Nigeria particularly, I mean, yes, we're the big guys in the house and they are the ones sort of leading ECOWAS to, declaring or, activating the sanctions, but it's affecting us. And I assure you that it's going to affect us more. You will have situations where a lot of the animal husbandry that we do in Nigeria, most of them come from, from and through Niger into Nigeria. So it is most of us in West African sub-region, our trade is very closely tied to each other. And that's why whatever happens in one of the countries will naturally affect other countries.
Very well. So ECOWAS seems not to be tired of pinching the Niger military leaders with economic sanctions. And the junta, on the other hand, looks like they're not ready to back down. Where do we see this heading?
Unfortunately, whether we like it or not, whatever sanction that is being meted out is not just against the junta, it's against the people, the Nigerian people, and like I've just described earlier, also the Nigerian people. So, I mean, if this continues, it's only natural that the people are eventually going to cry out because, of course, we're talking about food. We're talking about, Niger is a very, very poor country, probably one of the poorest country in the world. I mean, so adding this is like adding salt to their, very sore injury. So it's obvious that in a very, very not too distant future, they will start to kick in because the people will start to cry out. Already those who are in trade are already crying out. And as far as they're concerned, all they need is for the borders to be open so that they can continue their trade.
Right.
And, so this is going to affect a lot of people and in different ways. So you're going to have people caving in very soon.
When do you think ECOWAS should employ military intervention in Niger, if at all?
I don't think ECOWAS should employ military measures at all. In my opinion, if we can only wait for a little bit, like I just said, this sanction already is having very, very, negative effect, not just on Niger, but the rest of West Africa. I mean, considering all the things that is happening in the world right now, coming out of COVID, the Ukraine-Russia war, I mean, having a war, being prosecuted right now with the state of the economy across West Africa and in Africa as a large, I don't think prosecuting a war right now is the best way to go, because one thing we must all realize is that you don't prosecute a war for free. There's a lot that goes into it. People are going to die. A lot of money is going to go into it. And so the situation is bad as it is right now. And I think going into war or pursuing the military intervention that has been prescribed is adding more hardship to the people and there's nobody that won't be affected.
Very
Whether
well.
So I believe that the military option is probably not the best option, and if at all, it should be the very, very last. And I hope we're not even going to go that way
Indeed.
at the end of the day.
Oluwaseyi, I'm grateful for your time here on the news.